Hey y'all, I'm Nakia Drummond, founder of The Well. Today is our third birthday. Third. So, I'm just jumping on for a few minutes to celebrate, to share, to hope that you come in and share and just join in the fun. So I'm from Baltimore, and if you have never heard that birthday song before, it's probably because you are not. But if you are from Baltimore, then you know this is how we roll. So yes, really excited about this third birthday for a number of reasons. And I want to share a couple of those, maybe three, since it's our third birthday. But just 3 years ago today, I invited a group of women into a room to hear about the well, and they were the first to hear about it, the first to who I shared the vision with in a way that, sort of made me scared and nervous and all of the things. And I'm so excited and glad that I did, because here we are 3 years later. Here we are supporting each other through probably one of the biggest transitional periods, crazy, scary, don't know how we're going to do this periods of any of our lives. And so I'm just glad that I took that step. I made that leap. I went ahead and did it. So prior to starting The Well, I was already a business owner. I own a management consulting firm. We focus in equity-based strategy, equity-centered strategy to improve the lives of underserved people, to improve the lives of the disenfranchised, particularly Black people, Black children, women, families, all of that. So The Well just made sense to me. It was one of those things where, on one hand, as we often see, right, these dualities in life. So on one hand, I'm hearing, oh, Black women are like killing it. Black women are starting more businesses than anybody. You come on social media and yeah, we show up here and we're killing it and it looks good, but the data that I was reading about and was seeing was saying something different as it pertained to Black women-owned businesses, that we were struggling to be sustainable, to grow, to get access to capital, to make the revenues that other businesses were making, all of those things. And so the strategist in me started to consider, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What am I supposed to do with that? And the early entrepreneur in me, right? Like, because at that time, I think my business was about 2.5, 3 years old. Actually about 2 years when I really started thinking about The Well. That part of me said, there's something here, something I need to do here. And so first point that I want to share, first sort of thing that I've learned is, when something is meant for you to do, when you are called to a thing, it will not let you rest. So I was terrified to start The Well. Even though I had started a business and I was already a business owner, I was terrified to start The Well because it required me showing up and putting myself out there in a different way than my consulting business. The consulting thing, like, kind of was a smooth, easy, like, made total sense transition. And sometimes when there's a thing that we need to do that is not, it's not neat and doesn't perfectly align, then we get kind of like, how am I supposed to do this? And so this first, sort of big lesson is, like, it's not about how, it's about who. And if it's on you, you are that who, and that how will show up, and that how will make its way to you, and in pieces, right? Because the whole how does not come through, hey, Crystal, thank you, yay, happy wellversary. Yes, so that how will come to you in pieces. So you just got to push. You just have to move forward. But that thing that is on you to do is for somebody. It is for somebody's greater good. maybe yours, but maybe it is about somebody else, but it won't let you rest. And so you'll know that you need to do it because it won't let you rest. So you might already be doing something, be very successful at it, be like, I'm good, I'm in my groove. But if something is tapping on you in the middle of the night, in the morning, during the day, when you're trying to eat lunch, when you're on date night, yeah, it's not going to stop. And that was the well for me. It would not stop. It would not go away. And so I've told this story before or shared this before, but I had to really negotiate with a terrorist. And that terrorist was fear and perfectionism, right? So fear will show up all the time as perfectionism. And I really had to negotiate with that terrorist who lives in me. I named her Lisa and everything, right? But showing up and just saying that, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to start where I am, and really committing to starting where you are is another lesson that I've learned. And you can be, again, doing something, thriving, be great at it, and still not have the confidence to do another thing. But, and I say this a lot too, keep your receipts, because our minds play tricks on us and tell us we can't do certain things. But when we have our receipts and we can look back over our lives and look at the things that we've already achieved and already accomplished, then we know that that next thing is just that next thing, and you can do it. And so that has been another critical lesson in keep it moving, keep it pushing, because the receipts are there. There is proof that you have been able to do this thing. And so that was the second piece. And then the third thing really has come up in this last 18, 19 months, however long we've been living in this COVID thing, is that just know it will change. You know, don't be so locked into your way and your plan, because it's going to shift, it's going to change, and you have to be willing to move and be nimble and change with it. And so we were, just really getting into a groove right when COVID hit. I mean, just getting into a groove, and lots of things changed because it was my desire that the well was a place that really focused on high touch, because so many things had moved to high tech. And so for me, it wasn't about building big numbers, because you want to go big. Yeah, you go high tech and that's your focus. You build a big platform across all the world. But I really was driven by the idea that at the end of the day, we are always going to be people, and we need to be able to be, and there is nothing like being in a room together. There is nothing like that energy that comes from being in a room together. And yeah, COVID was like, but yeah, y'all can't be in a room together. And I panicked a bit about like, well, what does that mean? One, what does that mean for the work that I do every day, my consulting business? But then what did that mean for the well? And the lesson here, beyond things will change, is that I focused in on serving and being there for the women that the well was built for in the first place. It was God. I just have to say it was God, because I was not worried. I did not spend a lot of time at all worried about my business. I spent my time pushing energy into the people that I was serving. And I truly believe that if we just focus our energies on that service that we give, on that on that product that we're making, and we're thinking about the people, not about all the other things, but the people, then the resources will come. And those being financial resources, those being people resources, those being ideas, all of that. So that was a big lesson last year, in this last year and a half, was just like, go deep into service, right? Go deep into being what you need to be for the people you are here to serve. And that is what we have done. We have made changes, made revisions. And that's the thing I love about this space that we're creating here in the well, because this is a space where Black women do not have to have all the answers. We do not have to get it right or have our credibility questioned. And this isn't about being sloppy or messy, because, we don't do that. We show up great anyway. And so this was really about us being able to have space to be human and to know that things will need to shift and need to change, all of that. And that's what we've done here. We have given ourselves space and grace to shift, to change, to figure it out all over again, to throw it away, to fire ourselves, to hire ourselves again. That's what this space is about. That's what these 3 years are about. The evolution that we have all undergone during this time has been nothing short of beautiful, right? We have truly been butterflies. We have been through all the stages, and we have been there together. And I have appreciated these last 3 years for that reason, if nothing else, just seeing the evolution of myself and of the women here in this space, whether they come in as members or come in as just participants in events. The ability to come into the space and watch somebody evolve in a moment, and the evolution in the moment is coming into a space that you know was for you and taking that mask off, putting that bag down, not having to have your armor on. Like, I literally see us shed our armor when we walk in the room together, and it never gets old. And I am so grateful for the space to do that, and that I push through to start this space, but then also that I am making moving out of the way at times for other people to jump into this space too, and to push it, to reshape it for it to be even more than what I could ever do alone, because the well is truly about collaborating, right? Like, so all the ways that we can collaborate is my desire. So I'm just grateful. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you for everybody who has poured in, who sends well wishes, who shares it with somebody else, who tells another woman, go check this out, because this journey of entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy for anyone. It is especially not easy when nothing about the space of success and business ownership is designed with you in mind, and you are shape-shifting. And maybe you don't shapeshift anymore, but it's also tiring at times to decide to stand in who you are in spaces that don't affirm you. And so the well is truly always on a mission for every space that we create to affirm us in every way. From the music you hear, the food we'll have, the language we use. This is about being able to show up as us, because we are so dynamic in every way, and every person deserves the space to show up and to be honored, because it is in the honoring of who we are, just as we are, that we get to be so fully brilliant, that our creativity is unmatched. And so that is what this space is about. Share it with another woman, please, because we all need it. We all need a space that we go into and say, oh, this feels like home, because home is where we get to be us. And that's what this space is about. And over these last 3 years, I've been so grateful for the partnerships that have come in, for the organizations that have come in and not said, hey, can you do it like this or do it like that? But the organizations that have just put the resources out there and moved out of the way. Those are the partners that we need, because people who experience the problem, the challenge, the whatever, those are the experts. So Black women are the experts of Black women's experiences in business, period. I don't care if you've never been around anybody who owns a business. I don't care if nobody in your family, if you're the first. Most of the times we are. But we are the experts of our experience in business. We are the experts of our businesses. And this is a space where you show up as the expert every single day. You know what it is that you need. And that is why we're here, because it's our voices. It is our work. It is our collective touching and agreeing that we are going to move the needle for us. That is going to move the needle for us. Period, point blank. And so, yes, we are continually saying to our partners, we don't even have to say to our partners, because it is about just showing up whole, authentically us, that the right partners will show up, put the resources on the table, and move out of the way, and trust that we can get it done. So, sis, if you're looking for resources, and you feel like you're doing a bunch of shape-shifting, that ain't the partner. The partner is the ones who trust your expertise and know that you can get the job done. And so that's what we're doing here. We're getting the work done. We are, in this next year, committing even more to being able to provide resources, capital resources to our members. We're also more committed in this next year to being able to provide wholeness, wellness to our members, because our members are business owners. So a lot of us don't have, sort of a corporation that is putting wellness opportunities on the table for us. And that wellness piece as an entrepreneur, that wellness piece, period. But as an entrepreneur, double and triple that down. It's a necessity that we have the resources and the space to focus on our wholeness and our wellness. And so it is our commitment as the well to provide to put more financial resources on the table for our members and for women who connect with us. But our members will always be our first priority. And so membership is open. But more financial resources on the table for our members, more wholeness and wellness resources on the table for our members. And our third commitment is to grow chapters in all the places where we have people joining as members at large, because through COVID, we opened this space where now we were virtual to be able to make membership available to women who weren't where we had a physical chapter. So we are committed, though, to growing chapters in the places where members are popping up, because it is in the building of community that we can get further, that we can get it done. None of us is self-made. None of us can do it alone. For all the times we've been told you have to do it yourself, nobody's going to come for you. We're going to come for us. We're going to come for you. Right. So many of us have been socialized to believe that you just got to work harder. You just got to put your head down. You just got to get it done yourself. Nobody is going to come and do it. And we've bought into it over and over again. And while we have built strong muscle, and we are strong and can do a whole lot, we also pay a price for that, right? Like heart disease. Yeah. We don't want it. And part of that is in doing the most, in doing all the things. So what we're focused on is being able to do the things that we do best, and pay people, barter with people, partner with people to do the other things. And that growing chapters in the places where we have members is one of those ways that we can ensure that we're providing and building community around Black women business owners. So those are our three focus areas for this next year. So building community in all the places where we have members, whether they're early entrepreneur members or members, full-on members at large. So right now we have members in Milwaukee, we have members in Charlotte, North Carolina, we have members in LA, we have members in Atlanta, we have members in New York City, and we have members in DC. So these places are priority, and we're announcing the start of a chapter this week on Wednesday that has been funded for this first year by General Motors, one of our partners. And so we are announcing that on Wednesday. We'll go live with that announcement. Really excited about that. And if you're here with us today and you are not a member yet, and you're looking for, you need community, even if you don't know you need community, I'm here to tell you, sis, you need community. And I'm not saying it's the But I am saying you need community. You cannot do this alone. You can't. None of us can. And you need a community of people who will push you to be more, to see more. So look for that community where maybe people are further than where you are in business. That doesn't mean you don't belong. That just means that's exactly where you belong, right? They show you that way forward. And if you are in Baltimore, or in the Baltimore area, we are celebrating this 3rd year, as well as bringing back our networking night, homecoming style. So it's homecoming season. And we have not had a networking night in Baltimore since December 2019. We were planning for our spring one, and it was the week that everything shut down in March of last year. So we have not had one here since December of 2019, and it was a great one. We were celebrating all our accomplishments for the year, and little did we know how things would change. But we are celebrating on October 21st. We still have a few tickets left. The tickets are $30. Buy one. There will be food. There will be wine. There will be vendors. There will be fellowship. There will be a good time. It is called networking night, but it will not feel like any networking event you have been to where you just felt like, I just want this to be over. This will feel like coming home to your sisters. And so really looking forward to that. And then this week, we actually have our member meetup kicking off Q4, where we focus on strategy. And we don't make our member meetup available to non-members often, but we are going to make this one available. We have a very special and dynamic guest. She has started and grown businesses to multi-millions multiple times. Black woman. She is having a conversation with us called Strategy Made Simple. She's amazing. And I work with her personally. And I'm really excited to invite ladies who are not members even to attend that session, that meetup session virtually on Thursday at 9 a.m. You can also get tickets for that. So both tickets are available on our link tree in our bio, and our application is available in our bio. So apply, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for joining today to celebrate with me, with us. Thank you for your words, your kind words. It is always hard for me to get on live, particularly if I'm not talking to anybody, but today has it's felt good. And I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you. Keep growing, keep pushing, do it afraid, do it small. If you have to start small, start somewhere, just start. And this is not just a message to people who haven't started a business. This is a message to people who are getting a nudging in their spirits to shift their business in some way, because we all get them at some point, because business ownership is really a spiritual journey. And if we never got nudged to shift, to grow, to blow it up, to start over, all of that, we'd be able to do it by ourselves. But when you're on a spiritual journey, you know you need spirit, you know you need God, and God is never going to keep us so comfortable that we only begin to rely on ourselves. And so just know that if it's in your spirit and on you, that it is for you to do, and that impact that you are supposed to make on your family, on your own legacy, on generations to come, on your community, on another woman, that is real. You are the one you're the one, right? You're the one that's supposed to do that thing. So go ahead and do it. Just step out and take a step, and the next one will be revealed. And you know that. You've been doing the thing already. You know it. But sometimes, again, we forget. And so that's the document. Keep your receipts, because your mind will play tricks on you. Know that it's real. You can get it done every single time. And be ready for change. And don't be so locked into how it has to be done. Just know who has to do it. Put those who's in place, you and some others, because you can't do it alone. So that who is your community, that who is the people who have expertise that you don't, but you are wasting your time figuring out how to do things that other people can do. That millionaire mindset, will tell you that that is not a good use of your time and your skills. And it is, it's defeating, right? When you work on things and spend all your time and energy on things that were not designed for you to do. Somebody else also was called to something. So you were called to the thing you were called to. They were called to the thing they were called to. But together you can get it done. And be ready for things to shift and to change, and celebrate along the way. So today I'm pausing to celebrate this moment, and I want to give special honor and a shout out to a woman who is no longer here with us, but is a woman I've never met, but I followed on Instagram. She's a blogger, a fashion blogger, Cressida. And I hope I said her name right, but she passed away in 2018 in September. I believe it was September 9th. And it was really because of her that I finally stopped allowing my fear about how people would receive this baby, the well, and move forward. And it was one of her very last posts in the hospital, half the size she was before, but on video saying, don't wait. Don't wait. If there's something you want to do, don't wait. Do it now. And I will never forget hearing her say those words, do it now. Do it now. And that was really when I was like, all right, I got to do it. And a month later, here we were, starting and launching the well. So you just never know the impact you'll have on people. I never met that woman, never talked to her. She never spoke to me, would never know my name. But I will always remember her. I will always remember the day I saw that video that she posted. And I will always be grateful to her for her using her voice, and even on her deathbed, encouraging each and every one of us to live. So giving that back to you today, do it now. And looking forward to celebrating. So yes, get your tickets to our birthday / 3rd anniversary networking night. And I'm going to close out the way I came in with some Baltimore music. And so that was not the music I was playing. If it's your birthday. There we go. See y'all later. Thanks for joining us. All right, y'all, I'm going to get back to work. See y'all later.